Well, thank you so much for inviting us. And Ambassador Seriki has said a lot about the Mr. President's speech delivered by the Vice President. For Nigeria as a whole, you must know that the UN General Assembly is a pivotal gathering of world leaders, diplomats, and representatives of different countries. And now that Nigeria has taken part again this year, because it's not every country that go to the General Assembly every year. And it's not every country that is represented, even at the principal level. The UN continued throughout the year. Majority of the job is done by the expert, and then the political leaders come to give the muzzle to it. Nigeria must know that it has a global role to play, and destiny has placed upon his shoulder to be the leader in Africa of the black race, and we must always carry this with pride, with dignity, both at the United Nations and when we get back home. What is the significance of this? It means we cannot be floppy or sloppy about the governance at home if we call for governance at the international arena to be up to their duties and responsibilities and obligations. It means we must realize that whatever we say at the international stage, they are looking at us, whether we keep up to it at home. So commitment, even in governance at home, must also be adhered to by government. And this is what you take out there to show your priorities, to show that you are keeping to your responsibility at home and you are ready to align with other countries globally to fulfill international expectations. As you know, the UN General Assembly is very dynamic and is changing. Ambassador Sariki has mentioned the participation of the private sector. From Nigeria also, there's a huge private sector participation in this high-level week. And so you have a lot of side events that are organized by Nigerians. They must have taken there what they have done at home, and they are looking for collaboration outside there, back home. There are a lot of events on economic. But for now, the UN General Assembly used to, the high level particularly, used to focus essentially on political issues. But now, economic issue is the deal. So even in speeches that you hear, you heard about illicit financial flows from the Vice President's statement. It is essentially by private sector, multinational. So all of these things are linked, and it is a call to responsibility. It is a call to collaboration. It is a call to fulfillment of what you have promised the people. It is a call to development, you know. So if you ask me about Nigeria, it is to remind Nigeria that it is not for nothing that you are the largest population in Africa, you are the largest black nation, and you are the biggest economy. You must not slide back. And our government is very aware of this responsibility. They carry it with every sense of responsibility and duty. And you have seen that in the reforms by Mr. President. All of these are gathering together because it doesn't make sense just to go to the UN platform to make so much noise.
So it becomes a jamboree.
Otherwise, it becomes a jamboree. And you must note that Mr. President has paid attention to local development in Nigeria. That's why he hasn't gone personally. It's not for any other reason. You are aware of the flood in Maiduguri. As soon as he arrived, he went there personally, you know, to show solidarity with the people, you know. And when Mr. President moves, you know, the entourage is larger. And that means the budget is also curtailed. All of these are in the thinking of the government, that we need to conserve funds because people are really tightening their belt, and government must not be frivolous in spending.